Welcome back. So we have seen the difference between employment and entrepreneur. Now we are going to see the impact of a family man regarding the work profile. So let me know if I am biased towards employment or entrepreneur. I'm just curious. I can't judge myself. So I'll be happy to see your comment whether I am pro employment or pro entrepreneur. Basically, our mind is like that, right? We bull something or we crocodile something. I hope you understood. Right. So employment, the likes, the basic things why people like employment is safe life. There is a security. There is a simple and happy life a person can live. And the second thing is it's an organized life. So you can plan with whatever limitations you have. Obviously, there are limitations, but you can plan and you can structure it decently. There can't be a unexpected sudden call or a sudden demand or a sudden supply or a sudden deadline. So such things will not happen generally. And the drawback of employment is this, that a person will be always a slave. That person can't do what that person wants to do. He or she will not able to express full talent or pursue the passion when it comes to employment, where they need to do whatever is asked them to do, right? And then the second thing is boring. So you need to repeat the same thing again and again and again. Not everybody will have the freedom to walk on all domains and explore and learn and earn. So these are the likes and dislikes and impact of family because of this individual. And the second dimension with respect to entrepreneurs is king's life growth, right? So in business, there is a possibility that if your business clicks, then there is a very, very solid possibility that you can earn a very big amount of time, very big amount of money in a very short span of time. Whereas in employment, that doesn't happen. You need to wait for increment. You need to wait for appraisal and recommendation, blah blah blah, and that too happens in a very slow, gradual growth. Whereas in business, if you get viral, if your product gets good, or if your feedback is good, or if you get a big order, or if you get an export order, your life is settled. So that is one very big plus when it comes to entrepreneurship. And the second thing is obviously freedom, without doubt, that you take decisions and you take based on your likes. The second thing is the negative thing of an entrepreneurship is if you fall, there is a possibility that you may lose everything. Ship went off, or the product got a very bad review, or somebody backstabbed you, the partner ran away in the middle, XYZ reasons, or the cost went high, or anything it could be, where there is a possibility that you may fall in such a way that getting up again will be a very big deal. And also, initial days, at least in a business, you may need to spend all your time, day and night, you need to spend, and you need to make the entire structure stand. So therefore, no free time also is possible for a businessman's life. Now, when it comes to family, these things which I mentioned here, I'm not talking about punch in time, punch out time. I'm not talking about routine life. I'm talking about mindset. This will impact the family directly. So it is fully dependent on you. I'm not saying here one is good, one is bad. I'm not saying one person is going to get happiness more than the other person, because everybody can be in any level. Even in employment, a person can be like a Sundar Pichai and have freedom like an entrepreneur. And even in business, somebody can struggle for 10 years, and a lockdown can come and completely kill him. So everywhere there is a possibility of a success and there is a possibility of a failure. But when it comes to a family's impact, never ever think employment or entrepreneurship is influencing the family's happiness. It is you who is influencing the family's happiness. So this is what I want to tell. Why? Because people always blame the job, people always blame the culture, work culture, or people always blame the market, people always blame the competitors. But no, you are not happy because you are not happy. It is a choice. Happiness is always a choice. And when it is impacting your family, never ever blame the system or the work culture. You need to blame yourself, because even with the worst employment or with the worst entrepreneurship, a person can live a happy life and live a balanced, sustainable family life. This is very, very important if you want to become a Neo Grihastha. Why? Because Neo Grihastha's agenda is to live a sustainable and a happy life. Understand the word sustainable. If you want to be sustainable, then any external cost should not make you unhappy. Only when you have this clarity in your mind, you can lead your family, even in turmoil, a very beautiful, safe heaven journey, right? So for that sake, I want you to understand your work profile has nothing to do with your family if you are organized, if you are determined, if you are composed, if you are balanced. Whether you are an employee or whether you are an entrepreneur, ups and downs will happen, influence will happen, dependency will happen, pressure will happen. So it is you who needs to make sure that that doesn't affect your family. It is you who needs to make sure that that doesn't influence your family's sustainability or happiness. Okay, so it's a big thing, right? Yeah. Now let us see about the possibility, right? I understand that that is there. Being said, that doesn't mean that you need to jump or not jump into entrepreneur to employee or employee to entrepreneur. So before getting into that level of discussion, that's the action plan. Before getting into that level, let us discuss about the future possibilities, how the world is emerging in the future. People are more focusing on work from home. I don't know whether you heard this or not. There is something called as Upwork. It is it's a sophisticated platform for entrepreneurs exclusively, and where people will bid their work, and they get orders, and they get work done. It's a professional platform. But what I want to hear you to know is, in that platform, they come up with a new idea. If I'm very happy, where they say 1 hour work. For 1 hour I charge 5,000 rupees or 5 lakh rupees, and within that 1 hour, whether I am working or not, how will they know? They can say 10 hours and I can charge more, right? So this Upwork, right? So they come up with the idea where they will take random screenshots on your computer, and you need to install the software. Whenever you work, you need to on the software, and whenever you take off, you need to pass the software, so that when the system is on, when the software is on, it will take screenshots now and then and make sure that how the progress is happening, how the work is happening. So understand this. The sophistication of artificial intelligence and machine learning is growing up in such a way that work from home is going to be a basic right of every human being in the nearest future. Nobody is going to go and sit under a roof and work like lab rats and come back and get tired. No, that is not going to be the future. So future is going to be completely different and with more freedom. So definitely work from home, even after the pandemic's move, the work from home dimension has completely changed. Even Facebook announced recently in 2021 June that I'm going to open for all my employees hereafter work from home profile. So everything is going to change in the nearest future. So more possibility of staying with your family is going to happen. The second dimension which I want to explain is entrepreneurship is going to be more cool in the future, because everybody are going to become an entrepreneur. How it was before, right? Let's say Stone Age, or in earlier age, where they used to have a barter system, right? Barter system is nothing but entrepreneurship. I earn something, you earn something, I give you this, you give me that, right? So forget the barter system, but understand the lifestyle. They had no money concept. Everybody had something to give, right? So that is what I want, right? When that happens, there will no possibility of employment design, but everybody will have freedom and everybody will do work whenever they want work. And when that level pops up, the entire work life changes, the work concept changes. So that is going to happen in the very, very nearest future. And third thing is multiple jobs. People are already started working in different profiles other than investment. I understand investment is also a possibility of earning, but still people are now looking for multiple earnings. So they are doing a freelancing job, they are doing some affiliate marketing, they are started talking in YouTube or teaching in online platforms. So many things are popping up, or selling some products in WhatsApp. So many things people are doing just to make sure that they are not dependent on one person or one company. So these are all the future where we are going to have a complete new work life in the future. And future, I mean, not down the line 50 years, but down the line 5 years, 3 years, we are going to see a very big, huge change in the entire design. So therefore, I want you to keep all these things in mind and then think about the action plan. Now let us see what is the action plan. It's not a big hype, it's about your family, right? So it is very important. There are two techniques which I want to share with you. You might definitely know, I guess, but still I want to tell you. The first thing is Pareto principle. I'm sure many of you heard this. It is about the 80-20 rule, where if you work 80% of your time, this is a general rule and it applies pretty for all of us. 80% of the time for which we put all of our effort, only 20% of our result is coming from the 80% of the work we put, effort we put. And 80% of the result comes from very 20% of our work or effort. So this is what people say, and it works for almost all of us. So you think about this, and I want you to understand how it works. And the second thing is very much connected with the first thing, that is 4 hours work week. And this is a book written by Tim Ferriss. I normally don't quote people or refer others' work, but 4 hours work week is one unique approach towards a work life. So I want you to read this book, and in a simple way, if you want to give an intro, this person, Tim Ferriss, I can talk about him for hours, but let me talk about this book. This book tells that 4 hours a week you can work and live the same way, or at least 70% of your life can be the same if you just work 4 hours a week. And same, I mean the earning. You can earn the same amount or 70% of what you're earning by just working 4 hours a week. And he gives all the possibilities and case studies and different things. So if you have time, if you are interested, I recommend you to read this book. Now let us see the options. What are all the options we have? What are all the things we need to it's a way of finding out who you are. There are different types of couples out there. Here I am going to compare two couples, husband or wife or husband, whatever it is. So one person is working, one person is in home, not working, housewife. One person is doing business and one person is in home. This can be one possibility. The third is both are in business. Both are in same business or both are in different business. Anyway, but both are in business. Both are working and both are in business. The second thing is one is working outside and one is working inside. It can be anything, employment or work from home, whatever it is. I am not concerned about the way you earn. I am concerned about the way your family is. Therefore, my focus is the time you spend in home, the time you give to your family members. So keeping all that in mind, all these planning is done. And the fifth one is a little danger zone. Why it is danger zone? Both are working and both are working outside. When this kind of a lifestyle happens, when there's a financial need, when there's a depth, when there's a pressure, when there's a passion, I agree. If any of these things are not there and still both are working, I feel bad for you. Why? When there's no passion and when there's no depth and when there's no pressure from something, then both are working and both are spending less time for the family is not advisable. And we are going to discuss in detail when the parenting comes and when the child care comes in the next future programs. At that time you will understand how these things are directly connected. And I don't mean always women should leave the job and husband should take care of the financial part. Even husband can take a break and husband can work from home. Whatever it is, I'm not even not at all work, and only wife can work and take care. But somebody should be there for the family, and somebody should be there fully for the family. That makes the family more stronger and beautiful. The last one is very, very interesting. If this happens, your family is blessed. What is that? One home and one work from home. Or this can be the other way around also. Yes, yeah. One work home. Right? So both are working from home, or one is working from home and one is a housewife or house husband. Either way, when this kind of both the people's availability in home increases, the family's relationship, the family's growth, the sustainability, the mutual help, holistic development of children, so many things happen. Who will like all these things? One who loves the partner, one who loves to be with the partner, one who loves to spend more time with the family members. So ideally, that should be our goal. If this thing makes so much of a disturbance in you, what? Staying more time with my partner? No. If that is what you are thinking, I'm sorry for you. And also, I wish that that statement will change and you will have a very, very happy family life in the future. So now, what are the decisions can be taken? I'm not going to give a decision. I'm going to give a list of things on which you need to discuss with your partner. See, this is not about you. This is about your family, right? So you and your partner should sit and talk on what is our priority, what we should choose for what. And I'm going to give a list of conflicts or a list of options out of which you need to choose one. Okay, the first thing is freedom versus dependency. If you are a freedom lover guy, then you need to think of all the first options are business related, and the second options are employment related. And obviously, business also looks like an employment in the initial days or initial years, but once it takes off, you will have your own way of freedom. The second one is passion versus boredom. Obviously, you won't do business in an area where you don't like anything, right? You will do only when you love something, only you can do which you want to do. The third thing is a visible and a relative result. You work like 16 hours a day and 24/7 for your company, and they give you a piece of money, but your name will not be there in the work done. There are so many such things. Your results are always relative, but it is not visible. Whereas in business, you can see the smile of the customer and the feedback directly to you and not to the company or something. The fourth one is yes, definitely in business it is a risky growth. Risky where the growth can also be a failure. Whereas in the employment, it is a very secured life. Therefore, you can have a safe life and a constant journey. So if you prefer a safe and a constant life, then you need to go for employee. So I want you to discuss with your partner, and both should sit and understand the different natures, and then you need to come to a conclusion what is possible, and then you need to think about which option should we choose. Forget about who you are now, who your partner is now. Think about the future down the line, 3 years, 2 years later, 5 years later, 10 years later. What should be our destiny? These are all destiny, obviously. It can't be a destination. It should happen. And once it happens, wow, right? So you need to plan for that at least. Responsibility and a tension-free life. So business is kind of a responsibility. There can be more possibility of tension, or at least a fear of failure, etc. Whereas in employment, it's a tension-free life. Either the employment or entrepreneurship you choose. Don't take the society or financial status of today. Choose who you are or who you want to be. So I want you to own the responsibility, and you and your partner. And the last option is this is true. I believe it. Very, very few companies do this. That is, when you become an entrepreneur, you are influencing in a very big way. You are creating a change in the world of history. there are possibility where you can just be a mediator and a broker, and you or a commission or affiliation, XYZ reason, marketing or something. But many a times what happens is your influence is more solid in entrepreneur than in employment. And even in employment you can do that thing, but you need to climb so high to do that. Whereas a person, a school teacher, does an amazing thing and influence and do so many things. A simple nurse or a doctor can make a huge impact. So this is not always yours and others, but it depends on your passion. So let us make this other way also. See, I think I showed my color. I am very much to entrepreneurs, but still, I want your opinion. Um, I loved my employment. When I was a college professor, I loved it. Every moment I used to enjoy. Every day, almost every day, students used to come home and we used to have amazing time. I really enjoyed my time in college. At the same time, I also enjoyed my entrepreneurship life. So I hope I made some sense and I explained to you few things. So this is what we have discussed till now: difference, impact, the future, and action plan. So kindly comment below what you feel. And in the next segment, we are going to see about a next gen inviting formula about our future baby. Thank you.